You opened the 2012 season with a non-conference game at nationally ranked St. John Fisher College. How do you feel that game will get you ready for the following 8 weeks in the President's Athletic Conference?
St. John Fisher, our opener, is going to obviously present a lot of challenges for us. I think our staff and our kids are very, very excited about the challenges that first game posed to us. I think our kids are excited about it. They know St. John Fisher went to the third round of the playoffs. They're a playoff team. They're a program that's been good year in and year out. And our kids are very, very excited about obviously going up there. And we have to be ready. Our camp, we have to come out ready at camp. We have to come together as a football team. We're bringing 80 new guys involved. We also have a lot of experience back with 20 seniors, which I'm very, very excited about. And our senior class has set lofty goals. These guys have been through the wars the last 3 years. We set some lofty goals for this year. They know they have to come in with that championship intensity, that chip on their shoulder every single game. And it's going to start off early with September 1st. I think our kids found out last year that every game is a big game, especially down the stretch last year. You got to play with a chip on your shoulder, that everybody's coming out to get you. And I know I say this every year, we have a big X on our back. And obviously the conference is very, very tough. And right off the bat, that first game is going to tell a lot about our football team and what we're made of. And obviously it goes from there to our opening game against Westminster Conference. And you know, our guys have to be ready. And I know our guys are very, very excited to get ready to camp, to get ready for that first game.
Coach, former Thomas More student athlete Trevor Stoneman moved up to the offensive coordinator position during the offseason for you. How will the coordinator change affect your offense?
I think it's been a great transition. It's been very, very easy. Coach Stoneman obviously played for us, had a great career as a player. But when he came as a student coach, his maturity level of understanding offense side of the ball has been great. His rapport with the players. It's been a very, very easy transition that way, and he's made it his. I think this offseason with spring ball, he's made the offense his. And to go along with, obviously having Trevor as a first-year offense coordinator, it helped LeBron staff and Siriano. It's been a huge sounding board for me and for Coach Delman, the offense side of the ball, to bounce ideas off, to keep elevating our offense, and kind of, evolutionizing our offense where we want to go with it. And Coach Siriano's been a huge help. And I've been surrounded, obviously, with our staff. I think we have a great staff on the offense and defense side of the ball. And I know Coach Delman has been excited to be his first year as offense coordinator.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to move over to Jay for a couple questions. Jay, coming from a highly successful high school program like Elder High School in Cincinnati, what was it that drew you to continue your education and football career at Thomas More?
Well, I was very privileged to have parents that would send me and give up so much to send me to a high school like Elder. But when it comes to football, I was very plagued by injuries my junior and senior year, and I just didn't like where I stopped there. So I wanted to keep playing football. Not too many teams came calling, but Coach Hilvert did, and he graduated from Elder as well, and he also had my brother on staff at the time. So they were one of the only teams that decided to come out and work to recruit me, so that's where I had to go, and I've loved it ever since.
You missed 2011 due to an injury. Did spending the full year watching practices, games from the sidelines, help you develop a better understanding of what the coaches are looking for on defense? And if so, do you feel that you can use that insight to finish your career with a big 2012 season?
Missing last year was tough, but the coaches let me be up in the box during games, and I was in charge of calling out personnel, formations, down and distance, and what play everybody ran. Doing that, it was amazing to see and to learn just the tendencies that all the teams have. Learning that and just seeing what you can do to watch film and watch what these teams' tendencies are before you come into a game, and to be able to help the other players on defense with that will be huge this year, I think.
Jay, there's a bunch of sports information guys from the conference in this office, and I think as we're all aware, in recent years, the Thomas More Athletic Department as a whole has been tremendously successful. Is that something that you and the football players, do you draw confidence from each of the other schools' program successes?
Of course, we got men's, women's basketball teams, women's especially, that win conference every year, it seems like, and a men's baseball team that competes. along with other sports. But you just don't want to be that team that nobody wants to go see anymore because you're not winning. They support us and we support them, so we just look to keep that battle up, to be the better team.
Thanks, Jay. Coach, back to you. The defensive side of the ball for you has been a big part of success the Saints have had over the past couple of years. With that, how is the defense shaping up for the 2012 season?
I'm very, very excited about the 2012 defense. Barring injury, I think we'll be very, very good on defense with the addition of Jay Volker back and healthy, and obviously having Zach Andre and Nick Granke being a big part of our defense. I'm very excited. Last year, we were a young defense and we had to keep it pretty much vanilla. This spring ball, we got to be able to do some of the things we wanted to do with our defense, and obviously keep making changes so people can't get a beat on what you want to do. But obviously it comes down to defense being physical. When we call it the combat zone, getting after the trenches, you got to be able to stop people in this conference. And I said I'm very blessed to coach some great defensive players, and I know those guys are excited about trying to carry on that tradition on the defensive side of the ball.
Coach, last question. On special teams, you lose a dynamic return specialist in Kendall Owens and punter kicker in Aaron Walter. What are your plans to replace these two field-changing players?
Obviously, it's hard to replace those two guys, but we feel really good about our kicking game. We made a point of emphasis in recruiting to go recruit kickers and punters. We're bringing 7 new guys in. We're excited about Tim Gormley and Aaron Kimber that are coming back from last year. But we also feel that we recruited a couple of guys that are guys going to push and compete for that punting job and that kicking job. Return, I think we have a couple of guys that return-wise that will get their opportunities that we think are very, very special players. I call them like I did Kendall Owens. It's hard to tackle in a telephone booth with guys like Landon Savoy and Adam Rauch. Those guys bring that type of versatility in the return game and help us change field position just like the punter did with Aaron Walters.
Jay, last question for you. What are some goals you have going into your senior year? After missing 2011, what are some things that are pushing you for a good 2012?
Pushing me is the fact that we lost 2 games last year. We lost to Waynesburg in the regular season, which are one of our goals every year, is to go 10-0. And then the fact that we lost first round of the playoffs, it's a disappointment to us. We want to make it past the first round, we want to make it past the second round, something that no team in Thomas More has ever done. So that's always something. And then with guys that I love playing football with, you gotta love to play with them. It's my last year playing football. There's nothing better to push you than that.